morning, beautiful humans. I hope you all are doing well, or in other words, morning. Hi babies. I just finished my morning walk and getting ready for the day. I have a very slow start to the day. My mornings have been very slow and sacred lately. I think I said this in my last video. Coming back from Mexico, I was only there for 4 days, but it messed up my sleep schedule so badly. My entire schedule, actually, especially going straight into my tattoo apprenticeship, because that's at night and your girl is usually in bed by 10:30, 11 p.m. But now I'm at the shop or leaving around that time. All good things though. No complaints around here, just readjusting to a brand new schedule kind of out of nowhere. Like, this kind of literally presented itself out of nowhere. I've been not putting ice in my cold lattes. I usually do an iced latte. I'm an iced girly, but I haven't been putting ice and it's not getting watered down. So I just put it in this cup and then I throw it in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Perfect. Literally better than the crispy coffee that we all are about around here, because there's no ice, so it doesn't end up getting watered down. And then if it takes me forever to drink it, because I usually drink it over the course of the entire morning, I can just keep throwing it back in the freezer as many times as I need to. It's perfect. Anyways, I watched this video essay and it completely... Ollie is digging. I listened to this video essay. Ollie, they have been sleeping all morning. And I'm like, it's always when I get my camera out that they decide to start doing something. Anyways, it's a video essay basically on anxious people who journal and what can happen. So she basically explains anxiety where it's your internal awareness is already increased with anxiety. However, the accuracy is decreased. This whole thing is really for those who are like almost obsessed with introspection. Brother, Ollie, mind your business. My camera is sitting in such a sketchy area too. I feel like he's gonna knock it over. And the video essay was really for those that are already introspective like myself, or obsessed with introspection, where you're almost like self-awareness is like your greatest gift but also your greatest curse. If you hear some growling or like some just noise, it's the dogs fighting down below me. You can probably see a little clip of them. I don't want to stop them from playing because they've been sleeping all morning and I want them to get their energy out. Oh my god. Let me just scoot closer to the camera. So yeah, basically just structured around that. I noticed that I went to the opposite spectrum of introspection, where I looked inwardly and never looked back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally looked so deep within myself that is the only thing that I'm capable of really seeing anymore. It's very difficult for me to be an observer or a witness to my life. I'm very enveloped in my problems, in my reality, in my anxieties, my fears, so much so that I lack perspective outside of it, which is also a very dangerous place to be. And I love that people are talking about this. So she talked about it being like in the weeds, and this is like a photo kind of what she showed. I'm not sure the exact photo. Sorry, this is so hard for me to focus. Like, I'm already a really bad multitasker, and like having to talk through this with them, I hope it's not also distracting you. But yeah, it's basically being like in the weeds of your life and being completely enveloped in your problems and being almost like too aware. Instead of being in the weeds, I became an observer or a witness of my life without being entangled and wrapped up in the suffering of my reality. She sheds light on how naturally when we identify what is in our physical reality and in our physical world, it does equal suffering, like pain and suffering, which is honestly a truth bomb in my opinion. Like, there is so much beauty in this world, but there is also a large amount of suffering and pain as well. So you can't have one without the other when you look into this reality. So it's basically a shift in perspective and to beyond the suffering of the material world and seeing things from a new witness perspective. And witness is basically consciousness. It is what is beyond this realm and being the one that observes your life. She also talks about how to be a witness, which is orient to our environment, be present with the world as it is. This shows us that we are safe, there is no danger, and we can see things and allow them to be as they are. And then she talks about proprioception, which is our body's position in space and anchoring in the here and now, which basically, if your mind and your introspection is causing you anxiety, it's a great grounding tool to get out of your inner thoughts and your inner world and to go into your physical body and ground yourself there. So she basically talks about journaling with the witness perspective. So she talks about how Murakami, she talks about a lot of other writers, but basically when you're constantly, I think there is a balance, and she talks about this, like it's not about never talking about your problems or your suffering or your reality as it is internally and all this turmoil and things like that. She says that it's important to do that, but it's also important to balance it out. If you are leaving the pages in your journal feeling more anxious, more introspective, kind of spiraling, then it's not working, and it's actually inducing the negative thought pattern and behaviors and increasing your anxiety, which is an inaccurate introspection rather than an accurate one, which sounds like it's not going to serve you, and there's no point in doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a big old waste of time. You're making yourself more anxious. It's just feeding it. So basically, to journal as the witness, and she gave a little insight into her journal and another journal, I think it was Murakami. Basically, you know, there's a clawfoot tub, a light that is a soft white and not too bright, like a dentist's office. Like, you're observing things as they are, simply as they are. You are in tune with your environment. You are orienting yourself to your environment. You're identifying your body's position in space and anchoring yourself in the here and now. But I think this is a really perfect way to adapt and journal on the other spectrum as well, because I think some people are not introspective at all or not enough, and they pretty much let life happen to them because they are just a witness of their life. They're not actually experiencing their life. Neither side of the spectrum is healthy, but there's a balance in these two worlds that can cause us to be a level of self-aware and a level of here and now and letting things be as they are that I think we would find very beneficial for our overall perspective on life and our experience in life. I just wanted to share that because I want to kind of challenge myself to journal that way. I actually have been really struggling with journaling. This is one of my like rituals that I like swear by, but I've been really struggling with it because I keep leaving my journal almost feeling like all of my problems aren't solved. In fact, I just highlighted them all when I wasn't even thinking about them really, but I sit down the journal and then all of these problems flood my mind, and then I leave my journal more stressed and more anxious than I entered it with. Does that make sense? I don't know why. I just felt like I couldn't explain that right. So I think it was perfect timing that I saw this video essay pop up. I'm like, does the algorithm hear me? Like, I think it's very interesting when things pop up. I'm like, they're listening. You're listening, I know it. So hopefully that is helpful for you too. I felt like it was just like a mind-blown thing. I will link it in my description, and I also showed the picture of it so you can find it for yourself, because I'm telling you the way that she put it, and she also has an Australian accent, which I love. And yeah, her words were just so beautiful and so profound to me. I had like a revelation of it. It's like she was telling me things that I knew as truth at like the base of who I am, which was extremely refreshing. There's that. I'm starting this video with a huge heavy hitter, apparently. I'm diving in deep fast. On to work stuff. I hand built 5 cups yesterday, 5 of the custom chunks, and I have 3 more to hand build today. Thank you so much for selling me out of my custom chunk mugs. That was a super beautiful surprise. And this week is a little bit different from normal weeks. I am going to be in the studio 4 days a week. However, this week Lauren is finishing up some of her tattoos at her other shops that she was a part of before she opened up her own shop. So this week is kind of like a wrap up of the final stuff for her. So couldn't be at a perfect time because I have so much I need to get done with ceramics for these custom cups. I really need to get them out and get them done. So I'm going to be doing that. And it's just, like I said, it's perfect timing for both of us to kind of like not really have time for the apprenticeship. So I'm doing only 2 days this week, and then I'm going back to my regularly scheduled 4 days a week. So I need to get lots of things done. I finished the bulk of my cups yesterday, the hand building part, and then I just have a couple to do today. Like I said, I'm just repeating myself at this point because I have no idea how to wrap up this segment. Hello everyone, it is a new day. All of my cups are drying well. I just need to, wait, actually this would be a cute spot for a thumbnail. Okay, anyway, can you believe that I am still drinking my morning coffee? Oh, you don't even know what time it is. It's 3:30 p.m. and I'm still drinking my morning coffee. I have all of the little like stencils printed out for all the cups and I'm about to apply them. So let's get to it. Okay, it is officially Saturday, May 2nd. I'm going to unload my bisque fryer. Gonna have to take a couple of trips though, so that I can carry everything. But I took a sneak peek earlier before I left and everything looked pretty good. I was a little nervous because for some reason there was an issue going on with my underglaze. Like I was removing the stencil and like the underglaze was cracking and coming with it, which I've never experienced before. So that was a little weird. So I'm hoping they all look okay. Doesn't look like there's any cracks from what I can see just peeking in here. Let me show you them. Look at all that babies, yeah. So cute. So let's take them out and take a look. I'm gonna set you on my kiln. This little camera is seriously my favorite thing in the whole world. So these are the hand-built ones. These look incredible. It's always the glaze firing that you'll get the truth of how good they're coming out. Another one. I just like to do a full inspection. Looking good. No cracks, nothing crazy. These are really thin, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm doing really good with figuring out the thickness of them because they were so thick when I first started. It was crazy. And the underglaze turned out good. I definitely need to get some glaze over it because it's a little cracky, which does concern me for the bisque fire. This is for a friend. Her husband is graduating with his master's degree, so it's a cup that says mastered it. Love that. I had a couple of other customs. I had a couple of pre-orders of the Don't Be Sad Go Get a Tattoo mugs. Oh, there's a spider web. Lovely. This one says Peaceful and Content, another custom mug. This one says Micah 6'8", also a custom. I also did really good with this size. On my cup, it goes up to like here, and it's actually really hard to clean. So I made them a little bit shorter this time. This one says Someday Soon. Another custom mug. And that is it for the custom mugs for the bisque fire. I have so many more cups to make this month. My friend is opening up her coffee cart the very beginning of June. So for her grand opening, I'm gonna have at least 8 to 10 cups ready for her. I have to make, I was thinking like 6 cups for one of the shops that I sell at, and then for the tattoo studio, there's only 2 cups left. So your girl's gonna be making lots and lots of cups this month, along with apprenticeship. So I am busier than ever, if I'm being totally honest. But look at the babies, cutie babies. I'm going to bring them inside now. Actually, I'm not gonna set you up because you're gonna see my license plate on my cars, and I don't want you to see that, sorry. I'm about to unload the kiln, but I desperately need to film a reel. So I'm going to use my other camera to film that reel, and I'm gonna set you up all over here, and then you can see everything from afar. I think my neighbor's outside, and this is so awkward. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna set you guys up, and then I'll show you an overview afterwards. Actually, I could even set you guys over here. Might be a better view if you're a little bit closer. Is that a good spot for you? Okay, I just finished unloading the kiln. Finished unloading the kiln. So I wanted to give you all an overview. Everything came out so good, and I was nervous because I had some issues with my top coat the other day, and yeah, it just made me very nervous. So let's do a quick little overview. These are all of the neutral clay. It says peaceful and content. That one is for my mother. This one says mastered it. It's for a friend. Her husband just got his master's degree and he's graduating, so this is his graduation gift, which I'm so honored to be someone's master's program graduation gift. This one is also for my mom. It says Micah 6'8". These two came out so good, but it is the like pinched ones. Like the details and the pinches all over, and how like they're not perfect. Oh my gosh, like they came out so good. Those are for my friends. This one was also a custom on speckled clay. Someday soon. Cute little reminder. You are in the season of like waiting, or whatever that meant to her personally, but I definitely understand it. And then I got 2 of the pre-orders for the speckled Don't Be Sad, Go Get a Tattoo cups, which these also are almost sold out at Lauren's shop. So I feel like people liked them, and I definitely am going to be making more. It was a successful kiln unload, and I couldn't ask for anything better. That is all I have for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give a little like, give a little subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and comment. Let's think. If money wasn't in the picture, what would your absolute dream job, goal in life, what would it be? I would love to read those. But anywho, I'm gonna keep the outro sweet, simple, and to the point. Don't forget to follow along my tattoo journey on Moss Needle at moss.needle. On Instagram, I have so many exciting things, including these skateboards back here. I just did them yesterday, but they will be in the next video. But I'm pretty much gonna be decorating my space. I'm going to be tattooing, and then I'm gonna be hand building a bunch more cups in the future. So we have a lot of really fun, exciting videos coming up. We, as in me. By the way, I'm saying we, as in like collectively, all of us together experiencing this in the video. Huh? But me, I guess, I'm gonna be the one doing it. I'm explaining too much. With that being said, it's time for me to be quiet. I will see you all in the next one.